Pros. U.S. only.
SimplyFloorsInc.com. The owner, Buddy Mitchell. I know Buddy. I know Simply Floors. I know the company. I know you will save money 20, 30, 40, 50%, depending on the floor coverings. Floor coverings are a funny thing. Everyone sells the same. So it all comes down to two things only. Two things. Price and then the service, because installation is critical. Buddy is at the top when it comes to installation and at the bottom when it comes to price. Just what you want. SimplyFloorsInc.com to make your own appointment. That's SimplyFloorsInc.com.
The Sharpest Rides in Englewood wants to keep you safe and worry-free during these times, which is why they are making car buying easier than ever right from your home. You can pick out your car right from the Sharpest Rides website, get credit approved, financed, and they will literally drive your new car right to your front door. It's that easy. The Sharpest Rides is the #1 internet car dealer in Colorado, and you can shop over 1,000 cars, trucks, and SUVs today at thesharpestrides.com. They have cars under $10,000 and even 2020 models, so get shopping today at thesharpestrides.com.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and make your life just a little easier. We are for you each and every day, trying to make your life easier by hearing you, first of all, and then warning others. And this show is all about help, but just the mere fact that we talk about these problems on an open forum like this helps others to avoid those problems. And I'm always also recommending good things: what to buy, where to buy, when to buy, how to buy, why to buy, and who to avoid. 303-713-TALK. There are a couple sites I want to remind you of. Referralist.com for help, information, and referrals. Sleazbrigade.com for the worst of the worst that we've come across on this show. Sleaze Brigade, S-L-E-A-Z-E, sleazebrigade.com. Also, if you want to see my digital magazine, it's also in print. You may have gotten a copy. 303 Consumer, it's called. You can also go to 303consumer.com to download a copy or just read online, 303consumer.com. Welcome. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com. Okay, put Tom in that promo code. Get your stocking stuffers. I mean, CBD is a great gift. They come in nice little packages, and you can get gel caps or chewables or eye serum now, anti-inflammatory. They're also good for pain, inflammation. That's RealCBDThatWorks.com. Selena, you have a problem with a paving or a paying payroll company. I'm sorry, I'm reading this either way. What's going on, dear?
Well, my problem is I got some work done from an electric company.
From what kind of company?
An electric company that comes out and does electricity in your house.
An electrician, right? Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So I had an upgrade done.
Uh-huh.
And had some work done. And the bill came to $12,701.
Whoa. What kind of work?
It had to be a panel.
Well, $12,000, man. What kind of work did you have done?
It was upgrade on the panel, 4 ceiling fans, and 34 Illumicons put in.
Now, hold on. 34 pigtails, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, so you have aluminum wiring.
Yeah, my house was built in 1972.
Okay, got you. Now I understand the price for sure. So panel upgrade, 4 ceiling fans, 34 pigtails. What happened? And it's all for $12,000 from who?
From A Power Electric.
And where'd you find A Power? Sounds like you took the first one in the book.
I called all of them, and it was the first one that would respond because I freaked out because I had a little spark in an electric outlet.
Okay, so you got this place, A Power Electric.
They came out, they gave me the estimate. We agreed upon an amount. They said it would be financed through a bank. for 24 months, interest-free. So I thought, that sounds great. And they said after that, it's 9% interest. And I was like, well, I won't have to worry about the interest. I'll have it paid in 24 months.
When did they do this work? When did they do it?
September.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And they didn't tell me that I had to make equal payments.
Well, in other words, 24 months, no interest, but you have to pay it off.
They didn't tell me that.
Well, I'm sure it's in the paperwork somewhere that you signed.
They didn't give me any paperwork, and I didn't sign anything. And
hold on. If they didn't give you any paperwork and you didn't sign anything, then technically you would owe the whole amount, $12,000 up front. And they can, in other words, Selena, let me explain something to you. I always want to set people straight as far as what they actually have before we go to war, because I don't want you to go to war with blanks. And here's the thing.
Right,
Selena.
one thing they did, hold on, one sec. One thing they did is they referred me to the bank, Wells Fargo.
Yeah, but Selena, let me explain something. If you had the work done without signing any finance papers, without signing any of them, then anything goes. It's assumed you owe it in full when it's done. It's assumed you do. Now, if they decide to give you 24 months in equal installments, all the better.
24.
What's that?
The bank was the one who gave me the 24 months.
Now, did the bank give you the 24 months before work began?
No, they gave it to me afterwards, and so I was paying the bank, and I made a payment to the bank for $2,701.27. It was my first payment, but I think only $530 was due, so I paid over. And then the bank said because I didn't sign anything, they took the money back from them, and I don't owe the bank anymore. The bank said to deal with them. Okay,
so the bank, I get it. The bank did not follow through on the financing. They probably didn't like the deal. You didn't sign anything. So did they, here, I got to get this straight, Selena. Did they do the electrical work?
Yes.
Okay, and you owe them now $12,000 roughly, right?
Well, technically, I already paid $2,701.
The money that you paid, did the bank send that money to the company?
No, the bank said they'll be sending me a check in a couple weeks.
Okay, well then you didn't pay that. You owe that to the electric company. You owe $12,000 to the electric company. The bank will give you a refund. So why are you calling?
Because now the company is telling me they're going to charge me interest from day one. Well, and that I'm now 60 days late.
Well, okay, first of all, I don't know if they tried to set you up with financing. I don't know how this got so screwy. You do owe them the money. Why don't you just get a loan and pay them the $12,000? Go into Wells Fargo and sign an agreement. Do you have equity in your home? Take out an equity loan. Put it on a credit card. Do whatever you want, but pay them the $12,000 and get them off your back.
I'm willing to pay them the $12,000, but now all of a sudden they're saying they're going to start charging me late fees.
Well, there's nothing. Well, it depends on what you signed. First of all, they can't arbitrarily charge you any interest or late fees at all unless you signed it in your original contract. Did you sign it?
Nothing.
All right,
nothing.
Then they can't charge you. Okay, they can't charge you. What you do is you go and pay. They want to be paid. It's been 2 months. I don't blame them for wanting to be paid. But why is it that you didn't go and get the loan? What happened? I don't understand.
I did get the loan. And I had the loan.
Why did the bank say you don't have the loan?
Because the bank said that they could not find any legal paperwork from their company of me signing an agreement to pay the amount, and because they could not find that and they wrote a squiggle, they wrote a line as a fake signature. The bank says they're not taking it and that I don't owe the money.
But the bank says you don't owe the money to the bank.
Right, but I had been paying the bank. It's been over. I had already been making payments on time.
How many payments did you make to the bank?
The only one payment
Well,
that
you
was
said I've
due.
been making payments. You paid $2,000 some odd
She only
dollars.
owed $500 at the time, so really she paid 4 payments.
I understand. She said she shouldn't have to pay interest to the other company. She's right if they don't have an agreement to do that. Listen, you need someone to call this electric company and say, listen, if you don't have a finance agreement, you can't just arbitrarily start charging late fees. But Selena, I warn you, if in their contract they have late fees and interest, guess what? You're going to owe it. And the fact that they told you they could get you 24 months same as cash, sorry, if it's not in the contract, it's not in the contract.
Have it in writing
Whatever is
from
in the
the bank.
contract counts, Selena. Whatever is in the contract. Did you sign a contract to have that electrical
No.
work done?
I never signed anything.
So you don't even have a contract to get the electrical work done.
But it's already been done and the city has already inspected
Okay,
it.
you do know you owe the money, and thank God they're only charging you 12 grand. Because guess what? I got a secret for you. If they told you it was 20 grand, you would owe 20 grand. Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay, well then, what I'm saying is you have nothing. You have nothing. They can tell you it's $30,000. What you need to do is you're not the one in the catbird seat here. You're not the one with power. They are. You screwed yourself, Selena. You screwed yourself. There's no promise of financing anywhere you can prove. There's no promise of a price anywhere you can prove. All you have is the work that was done. And by God, thank God they only want 12 grand plus a little late fee and interest. You better pay them off, Selena. We can call for you, but you need to pay them off.
Send us over everything you do have.
She has nothing. She has nothing. You call me with nothing. A company did electrical work for you. Nothing at all in writing. Nothing promised. Nothing done. The fact that you made payments means nothing. Just get the payments back from the bank and make a settlement with that electric company the best you can. I'm telling you, there are just sometimes people screw themselves. Then they come to me and they say, help me. I just screwed myself. I screwed myself left, right, and center. I left no door open to escape. I tied myself up. I painted myself into a corner. I sat down in the electric chair. I put the needle in my arm and guess what now? I need your help. This woman fucked herself so many ways from Sunday. How do you help somebody like that? So what did we learn? She's got to have something. God almighty.
Just the fact that she was making payments somewhere, she had something.
No, she went to the bank. The bank was going to give her. Here's the way it went. She went to the bank. They told her they would get her 24-month payment.
Let's talk about the best water systems ever. Waterpros.net. You want to give yourself a gift? A whole house water softening system. How about that? Under $2,000. Do you understand that not a plumbing company around can touch that price? And all those other water companies are charging 10 times more sometimes. You can get it for under $2 grand for softening, better laundry, better plumbing, better health, better skin, or you can get a drinking fountain under $1,000. You'll never get better quality for lower prices. Water Pros, the people I use at my home, the people you should use, waterpros.net. That's waterpros.net, 303-862-5554. Now let's talk about the Art of Granite. If you're looking for countertops, the Art of Granite specializes in all countertops, not just granite. That's the name of the company, but they do any solid surface, any natural stone. Here are the hallmarks of this company. They will give you prices on the phone. You know what else I like about them? All tear out and haul aways free. You know what else? I'll get you wholesale on all materials. And when you do the kitchen, they do the bathroom free. TheArtOfGranite.com. Get your price, 303-386-5919, 386-5919.
General manager of Cooney Lexus of Greenwood Village, the #1 Lexus dealer in Colorado.
So they told her they would get her 24 months and send her to the bank. The bank started to give her that And then when she had no paper from them, the bank said, nah, we're not going to do this. We're going to give you your money back. And now she's between not having any documentation, owing these folks $12,000, and them telling her and them threatening her with interest.
Trumphia is approved for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Emerge Trumphia.
So she could hear that she doesn't owe anything other than the $12,000, and can go back to.
She's fucking better hope that they agree to that 12 grand price, because that woman has nothing.
She can hear that and walk back into the bank and get a loan officer on her side, and then come with some paper. Maybe she get away.
Tell your doctor if you
with
have
no
infection or symptoms of infection, including fever, sweat.
MHOA says all he had here was Wells Fargo, and he's like,
Trumphia. Emerge Trumphia. To learn more, call 1-877-578-3527 or visit Trumphia.com.
That's War and Peace under there, Mark. That thing is so huge.
You have no idea how much fucking juicy shit's in this. It's crazy.
Where?
This fucking handwritten.
He's only halfway through.
Not even close. So at this point, he's got a restraining order. He had another jacket, man. He had 3 black jackets at this point, which is really crazy. A black beanie. He was paid up on his rent.
Oh my goodness.
Paid up, and they still evicted him. The sheriff came.
Why though? Really?
I don't know.
At the beginning of the letter, Tom, we thought he was in jail. We have no idea where he's at right now.
Okay, now they want supervised release. What is it? A $5,000 personal bond and supervised. Oh, supervised sobriety monitoring. Oh, no doubt. As a court order, I have decided to return to comply with this order. As the case had nothing. Oh, he has decided not to comply with this order because the case had nothing to do with drugs or alcohol. I have a warrant out for my arrest. Okay, so at this point he hasn't showed up for a P test. He filed a motion with the court to vacate the order, and the judge replied he would consider my request at the next court hearing. They're trying to get him in court. I suffer from chronic pain due to severe spinal stenosis. The fuck is stenosis? And occasionally,
no, scoliosis is crooked. Stenosis is arthritis around all the facets.
Oh, occasionally he uses opiate pain killers.
Oh, there you go, right there.
In order to maintain.
Right there, there you go. The fucking guy is. There you go. There you go.
Deputy.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Today is Insurance Checkup Day, although every day should be Insurance Checkup Day. Today is really Insurance Checkup Day because we have Compass Insurance in the house. We do this every now and then just to highlight what Compass does. Just so you know, Compass does not have a particular allegiance to any one company. They can sell you almost anything except the ones that are captive. Now, in the insurance world, you need to know the difference between an independent agent and a captive agent. Matt Corneo, could you explain first what is a captive agent? I remember having a conversation with a captive agent, and I said to him, I see that my wife, when we were getting together, I see that my girlfriend here is paying for insurance. Can you get her a better deal? And he says, well, she's got the best deal. And I said, really? How do you know that? I said, can you sell her something else? He said, no. But State Farm has the best deal. Now, why did he say that?
Because that's all he sells.
And why is that? He can't sell anything else.
That's right.
He's not allowed to.
That's right.
Well, who are the captive companies?
State Farm, Farmers, American Family.
Just happens to be the worst. Yeah. Allstate. Just happens to be the worst. Well, Geico, we don't get that many complaints, but the worst companies, State Farm, Allstate, Farmers, American Family, and Fred Loya. The worst 5 ever. Now, they're all captive, right? No, Loya's not, right?
Yeah, Loya's captive, yeah.
That means
they're a high-risk.
Their agents can only sell that one company.
That's right.
What does an independent broker do?
Well, they hopefully will have more than one carrier.
You have about 25, 26?
With commercial carriers, we probably have like 20. When it comes to, auto, home, and that kind of thing, we probably have 9, 10. Okay. And then each one of them will have, a lot of them have a different product. That's right. So,
yeah. So
I bet
you have, I always say you have like 25 offerings for people.
Yeah, and generally speaking, everyone, when we quote someone, there's 3 or 4 that are head and shoulders above
at one time,
that person.
At one time when you quoted Mark, you couldn't beat, and he had a captive agent, but you couldn't beat it for a year or 2. Right, Mark?
Well, it was kind of a weird deal.
And by the way, we say this because we want you to have trust. Compass will go through your insurance, what's called a free insurance checkup, and if they cannot save you money, they'll tell you.
Yeah, they'll straight up tell you. But mine was kind of weird. It really didn't have much to do with Compass. And Matt, maybe this happens more than I know. My house is kind of in the woods, and it's so far from a fire station, but it's actually within 3 miles to most companies, but some companies that you represented at the time thought it was 4 miles. And no matter what you guys did to try to prove that it was 3 miles, the particular companies wouldn't budge. I've never understood that till this day, how some companies think it's literally further than other companies.
Well, usually what it is they've got a different fire score rating, and so fire is a whole different enchilada itself with all of our companies. I mean, we've got some companies that are not interested in doing anything outside of the metro area, and that is the way it is. And then we have other companies that are open for business. The key is not just price, too. We have some companies that or some clients, all they care about is the pricing. We have other clients that they want the best product, and we'll have that for them too. I mean,
well, I think the combo is what you want.
That's what you hope for.
Now, anyway,
you know what he told me before we got on air today?
What?
Driving, insurance for cars, probably 20% going up. Everybody is driving like maniacs now. Their actuarials are way through the roof.
People are getting into more accidents.
Well, the cops are
not. The severities are through the roof right now, through the ceiling. And people think, well, I'm not driving as much because I'm working at home or whatever. But go drive on I-25 and look around and see how people are driving right now.
Here's the deal. Oh, my God. We have such a problem here with this country, with everything. Everything. I call it the stupidemic. Is that what I called it there, Talib? Stupidemic and the other one. And the other one was the lazydemic. Lazydemic and stupidemic. Why? Because everything changed. It started with COVID, but everything changed. Everything changed. Do you know that 4.4 million Americans quit their jobs in September? September.
I saw that.
They quit. Now, wait a minute. Do you know that the other people working, the majority of millennials and Zs, do you know what they want? They want to retire at 50. You know what?
Must be nice.
I'm 68. I'd like to retire.
That means I'd be retired next year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, God. What happened to work ethic?
Actually,
no, I'm serious. What happened to work ethic? Now, I don't mind if people are saying life is precious, and I want to seize life.
Minimalist.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying money makes you happy or is the key, but you must take care of yourself. You see, the idea of others taking care of you, that's what pisses me off. That's the only part that I don't mind people who want to, lay back and retire, Mark. There's nothing wrong with that. At some point, that's wise. Maybe I work too hard too long. I enjoy what I do. That's one thing. Plus, I had kids late in life. I have 2 college educations to pay for, and I want to help them. Here's the deal. That's the bottom line. Also, I want to mention something else. We do have a question for Compass. Let me go right to that. And then I want to mention there are civil lawsuits starting in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, as we predicted. Obviously, we knew that was coming. There's an attorney in Denver, Suze, who is filing one of the suits. Yeah. I'd love to talk to him. I can send you the information. It would be good. I'd love to talk to him, seriously, because we talk about civil litigation here all the time. Hey, Mike, what is your question?
So they did some road work in front of our house, and when they did, they added a fire hydrant next door. And it used to be that the fire hydrant was probably a mile or a couple miles away. Now it's like 300 yards away. So how do I know if I'm getting credit for, or if that makes a difference on my insurance rate?
Well, so it depends. It depends on the insurance company that you're with. It also depends sometimes in the city you're with, because what will happen is there's some insurance companies that may not look at the hydrant in the same way. If you have a water source on your property, that type of thing, the insurance company may be giving you that credit anyway. If you don't mind me asking, what insurance company are you with?
Who are you with?
I think it's school insurance, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I never even heard of school.
Horace Man, is that possible?
School, he said. Did you get it in a Cracker Jack box by any chance? No, I'm just kidding.
No, are you with Horace Man? Are you a teacher?
Maybe I'm due for a checkup.
Are you a teacher?
No.
Okay. Well, yeah. There is an insurance company that deals with teachers called Horace Man, but who are outrageously expensive. But yeah, and unless you call our office and see what we can do. You may be surprised that sometimes, they're already giving you credit. Sometimes they didn't underwrite it correctly. But it doesn't hurt. This is what I always tell people is call us. One of two things is going to happen. Either we're going to save you some money, we're going to improve your product, or you're going to find out you've got a decent deal and that the time that you spent was well worth it.
Okay, so I've got a couple cars and a couple houses. Can you throw all that together, and what do you need for all that?
Yeah, they'll do it all.
Find your declaration
we're doing this today, by the way. And Suze, are we just using their phone number? Is that what we're going to do, or are we using the help number? Okay. I'll just use your number for now. Well, Suze, can you hear me, dear?
996-9000
yeah,
is who you
so
call.
We're going to use their number. Good. Okay, so Mike, if you call over there right now, and then I want you to, I swear, I want you to call me back. And if you can't get through, use 303 Martino. Here's what you do. Call 303-996-9000. Tell them you're calling about the Insurance Help Center. Is your recordings turned off today, or does it go to a recording?
Well, we've got 20 people there. Someone should.
No, I know that.
If it doesn't.
But I noticed on your phone tree, you should have something on your phone tree, because I'm always promoting this for the insurance checkup. If you're calling for an insurance,
I don't even know if we have.
Okay, I mean, I don't. Anyway, 303-996-9000. I've been doing business with these guys for so many years. That's why I talk to them like a friend like this. I mean, I don't know. I remember I called one time and I got a phone tree. I don't mind that, but I definitely think that a lot of people call for the insurance checkup. You call them, and they will let you know. 303-996-9000. Now, Selena did send some paperwork about that, and I'm going to look at it and come back to her. Okay? Right now, though, just stay tuned for more coming up.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
No, that's perfect. That's great. Actually, I'm going to tell Brett Davis to get it done. We'll have it done today.
It will be so important.
No, we'll get it done today.
Because a lot of people have said to me they called the number and did not know which option got
I think that's a great idea. I'll have Brett Davis get it done today.
That should be on there.
I talk about it all the time.
Yeah, it should be, second prompt maybe?
I would make it first.
Well, what is it first prompt?
I don't know. It was very confusing to me.
Fox 31 pinpoint weather, sunny and nice today, high up to 65. Then mostly sunny Tuesday and high up to 66. We'll see some scattered showers, and it's going to be cooler on Wednesday at 45 degrees. More sunshine Thursday and Friday, highs in the low 60s. Right now it's 56 with your impact traffic and weather. I'm Dustin Ritchie, 630 KHOW.
Lowe's Provember event is almost over, but there's still time to get top values on pro brands like DeWalt and Spyder, online or in stores only.
God almighty.
What you got?
This invoice. All right, I want to
tell you about something that unfortunately is going to come up from now till the end of the year, especially DUIs. I know people don't think they're drunk. They have a drink or two. Well, maybe not one, but two or three, and you don't know. You're just over that legal limit maybe, or driving while impaired, which is just as bad. Please remember this name, and this is not to give you an excuse to drink. This is if you did something stupid. Joe Lazzara. In fact, you don't have to drink. You can take an Uber or Lyft or taxi or get somebody to drive. Joseph A. Lazzara. He is a criminal defense attorney, and that's what it is, a crime. Call him for a consultation. And he'll give you a free initial consultation and then charge flat rates, but he'll get you through the system, and that's what you need. Joseph A. Lazzara, 303-429-6200, 429-6200. Look for Joe Lazzara at referralist.com. Every day we get calls about people who did not do estate planning properly. It is so important. That's why I tell you about Blake Harris, attorney at law. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. What I love about Blake is you can ask any question you want to get ready for an estate plan. Then he'll quote you a flat rate on whatever you need. But ask your questions first. 833-ASK-BLAKE. Ask about prenups, postnups, trusts, special needs trusts, credit, like asset protection trusts. BlakeHarrisLaw.com. 833-ASK-BLAKE.
Maybe you have a loved one who forgets routine.
So do you know what's the attorney's name filing suit against Rittenhouse?
Just gave it to could be symptoms of MCI. The earliest
Milo Schwab.
If you or someone you know
Is this attorney for the Heatley High School shooting? What? I didn't hear y'all.
Unfortunately, I know some people that do that.
He's representing Rittenhouse?
No, he's filing against.
So what do you think about it? Just
Oh, he is?
top down.
All right.
People who've been shot by Rittenhouse,
kid was carrying an AR,
which is amazing.
I think
We knew it was going to happen.
I wouldn't have called it self-defense personally. I mean, the fact of the matter is, what is he doing there with the weapon like that?
That part wasn't self-defense, but that wasn't a crime.
Yeah,
that's the thing, man.
That's a fair point. I mean,
he didn't threaten anybody. He was there. People chased him down, kicked him in the head, tried to take his gun, and he shot him. I mean, and one guy pointed a gun at him. But I mean, those jurors said, "Listen, if you were there, you'd know he was not fucking guilty."
That's what I said.
You're not allowed to talk about. Okay, everyone says, "Why did he go there?" It doesn't fucking matter. I mean, it's really weird. If I had the intent to go and kill somebody, but then I didn't, or somebody attacked me first, I know it's weird, but it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
I said the lettered law was followed, but the reality it was morally bankrupt to the bone.
Well, I don't know if it's bankrupt, because you know what? You're trying to read his fucking mind.
I'm not trying to.
And you don't get convicted on reading people's minds. Thank God.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Tom, why would good people get mad at good people and riot about good people killing people legally?
It's a crazy world we live in right now.
It is.
I mean, it really is. I mean, gosh. When everything's political now, something happens, it's got to be political. I mean, it just has to be. My gosh, why?
Because if we keep it all political, we can have.
Look at Chicago still being hit up. I mean, California. Fucking California crime is through the roof.
Yeah,
look, they're just because they will not get arrested.
And now, Tom, they're orchestrating mobs. But they walk in, they flash mob into a store and walk out with the whole floor.
And the police are doing nothing. Fucking nothing.
I don't understand it.
Yo, it's under $900. You can't arrest it.
It's unbelievable to me. What if you're a small business owner? You're not Nordstrom.
Life is its own teacher. I always say that. No, they're going to close up and leave.
To Nordstrom? The stores?
Well, but there are some stores now leaving. And guess what? Guess what neighborhoods they're leaving? the ones who need the stores the most, the neighborhoods that need the stores the most, because they can't fucking take it. And now redlining is going on, and it has nothing to do with it's fucking survival redlining. It's like terrible. You can't force them to stay open. And you know what? You know what is the sad fact? Where do you think cities, the cities that are where crime is surging, who do you think's in charge?
Well,
politically, who do you think?
You can't dispute that.
You can't.
No, you can't.
Now, why is that? Fucking why is that?
You can't dispute it.
I mean, is it like a criminal says we got a Democratic administration? No, why? Why? I don't know why.
Detroit, Chicago, Portland,
all
those
Democrat. All Democrat.
Minneapolis,
New York, all
New York.
Democrat. Why is that?
Wow. California DA says we must consider the needs of the looters before we can bring a case.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Wally, what do you have to say about the work ethic? I'm not saying, people aren't allowed to quit their jobs. 4.4 million quit. And then we have another group of people that want to retire before 50. We are getting less and less people to do more and more jobs. And then those people doing the jobs are paying more and more for the people not doing the jobs. So what do you think, Wally? A wonderful country, isn't it?
Well, the problem is that we're not teaching our kids to work when they're growing up. And a lot of that has to do with the laws that prevent them from doing things other than like restaurants and stuff. And I'll give you an example. I'm in the roofing business, and I had a young man working for me doing cleanup and, passing me shingles and that kind of stuff. And lady lived in the neighborhood, was driving by and saw us, and she worked for federal wage and something or other. And she stopped and literally told me that he could not even touch shingles that were on the ground. It was a dangerous job.
Jeez.
And this young man and all of his brothers, as they grew up, had all worked with me. They were all friends with my kids and doing, that type of work. And I paid them well for what they did. And I got to tell you, when you look at those kids and you look at my kids and the work ethic that they got, because their parents wanted them to work, they wanted them to get out and to learn work ethic and to do things. And they are some of the most well-balanced kids. One of these kids that had worked for me, he's making probably $500,000 a year now doing what he does.
Holy crap!
And, I'll tell you this: my youngest son, when we moved him back from Florida almost 3 years ago, I asked him, "Do you want to rent the spare bedroom in the basement?" And he looked at me and said, "Dad, we don't make good roommates." And I knew at that point I had raised all my kids have great work ethic, and I don't have to worry about any of them coming back and being 35 and living in my basement.
Well, that's good, man. I don't know. You know what? I always have an expression: life is its own teacher. For example, if these cities that are surging in crime right now, looters, all over, but people are not going to like what I say, and certainly I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I'll tell you that right now. That's a fact, Jack. But in all of the cities where crime is surging, all of them are democratically run. All of them. Where crime is surging. Why? I don't understand it. And here's the other thing. A district attorney in California, namely Contra Costa County, Diana Becton, said, before prosecution and sentencing, the need of the looter should be considered. The needs of the looters should be considered. Was it done to just enrich themselves or out of need? That would make a difference. That would make a difference. So,
is that the difference between taking a TV Or
now,
some food.
If someone's taking food because truly, let's say medicine, but let's just say their child is hungry or they're hungry. I kind of think if you're hungry, for sure. I mean, okay, but then you might think, well, why didn't they get a job? But I'm just saying I can see that part of it, but I don't know what she means by this. But the world's going to hell, and I don't know why, and more so now than ever. Sorry, folks, this is a dose of reality. This is a consumer show, and businesses are shutting down because they can't put up with it. Rick, what's going on with you, Rick? Rick? Oh.
Dang it. He held Friday, too.
I know, but sometimes people hear me come on and they think it's a defect in the line or something. Selena, we did get your paperwork, and it is pretty sparse what you got, but thank God you got it. Do you know why? You got it because it is at least proof of what they're going to charge you, so they can't charge you more. But it spells out here that you owe of less than 30 days a certain amount, if more than 30 days and less than 60 days a certain amount, and then 60 to 90, 90 to 120, 120 on.
I just got off with them.
You did call them, Mark?
Yeah, this company seems fine. I have no issue with this company.
They did the work. There's a statement. They're owed the money. So, I think Selena's trying to get out of it.
Selena, I don't know if she's trying to get out. Selena, hold on. Here's kind of what I think happened, and Selena, tell me if I'm right. You thought you would have zero interest for 2 years along with zero payments for 2 years. Is that correct?
No.
Okay, well, then from that part, it doesn't even matter.
Then it doesn't matter. Selena, no matter what, you had nothing in writing. All you had in writing was the amount due.
They're not going to charge you any more than what is owed right now, the $12,000, whatever that invoice says. You need to go to Wells Fargo and sign off on it. You already told me before we got back on air that you can go to Wells Fargo and get the loan still, correct?
They have to send the paperwork.
They will do whatever needs to be done. They're not going to charge you anymore. But you need to go to Wells Fargo and say you want the loan.
They will.
I talked to Wells Fargo, and Wells Fargo said they have to send paperwork
Selena,
for me to
did
sign.
you just hear what Mark said? The company said if you go to Wells Fargo, they will send the paperwork needed to get the contract underway.
Soon as you're off, call up over there. They will do whatever. They want to get paid. That's it. They simply want to get paid. They're not going to charge any late fees or interest or anything, but you have to show them you're working with Wells Fargo. And quite frankly, if you don't, they're going to put a lien on your house. Then you're going to be in a world of
hurt. Okay? So, Selena, what you do is you go to Wells Fargo. They have it, and just tell Wells Fargo to contact the electric company, and they will send over whatever paperwork is
they
needed.
use Wells Fargo all the time for this financing. This is a no-brainer. You're the one that somehow got something screwed up, Selena, but they're not going to charge you for it. Everything's good. You got it?
Okay, so go on over to Wells Fargo or call the person you were in touch with before, and you can get it done. And they will honor the original price, and they won't charge any more interest, okay?
And, you know, they did a lot of free work for her, too, according to them.
No.
All right. Goodbye, Selena. We tried to help you. Now you're going to get a lien. They're going to foreclose on your house, so you've made your choice. Goodbye. You know what, Mark? From now on, I'm telling you, I'm not going to help stupid. I'm just not going to help stupid. I'm not. I'm not going to help stupid. I am going to lead the horse to the drink. I'm not going to force the water down their throat. Okay, Selena? Goodbye. Let's talk. And Rick, what is... Rick, hold on, Rick. I'm sorry. I do have to take this break. Hang on. Plus...
For insurance comparisons, 303-996-9000.
Do you know what Corsanitas is?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are holding that, but just put it, discrep it. They're not ready. It's my new. That's the core scans. That's the core. I know, but it's core scans. It's the trade name, and we're not doing it because that gift card is not ready yet.
Fill it though.
Huh?
You need to fill it because we're on network.
I can fill it, by the way. Thanks.
God, she's tough, man. I talked to her off air, she's tough, man.
No, she's a fucking idiot.
That's what I mean, but it's like you can't even get through her head. She owes the money. What the company told me was she was upset because she didn't think she had to make any payments for 2 years.
Your HOA is just keep going. He says you can read a horticulture, but you can't make your thing. Horticulture.
You know, I love Buddy and
Karen Mitchell. They're great people. They're flooring experts. We all know you can buy floors anywhere. For goodness sakes, you can go online and order them, right? But with Simply Floors, Inc., you get better prices than even the big boxes. You get better installers. You get better experiences all the way around because Buddy and Karen counsel you on what you need and what best suits your needs without overselling you. Make an appointment for in your home. They'll bring what you're interested in, and you'll enjoy them thoroughly and pay less. Simply Floors, Inc. That's INC. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com will give you free market valuations for the asking. All you have to do is call him and say, Frank, I would like to know what my house will sell for. He will do it based on his 27 years of experience. I recommend you take him up on that. There is no obligation to list ever. You may want to think, hey, you may wonder, should I fix up my house? Should I sell it? What should I do? Call Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, to find out what it will bring. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Don't miss Pell's.
You're talking about these people all wanting to retire at 50. I wonder another thing is, people are living so long now, and they don't have something to occupy their mind, and everyone's getting freaking Alzheimer's. I don't think that retiring at 50 is necessarily the best thing for your mind.
Most people can.
I mean, most people can.
So she will not even prosecute if the looters say they needed what they stole.
Well, they needed those Louis Vuitton purses.
I'm telling you right now.
Who the fuck doesn't need a Louis Vuitton?
I think the choice of store should be the determination as to whether or not the choice of store and the product that they walked out of.
It was the same area though. They had a bunch of groups going to Louis Vuitton, like 5 different things. So they're all together, but they went in different groups, and within 2 minutes wiped the fucking thing out and got out. It was like, dude, it was like that movie where they robbed a casino.
That's deep.
They wiped out Louis. Fucking crazy.
Boy, now LA got LVs all over the street for sale, and the guys that are selling the fakes can't.
How much is truly a Louis Vuitton purse? Average
$2,500.
$3,000.
Yep.
That's
and a big
those
one.
are the small ones.
That's the small ones. A big
25.
One. A big one. I mean, well, some of those like birthday bags are $25,000
for a fucking bag.
For a bag.
Oh, they take it out of their little. They take it out of their little velvet thing, and you have to wear gloves.
What do you think? What do you think they'd sell for on the street? I mean, these guys are going to be
here's the problem. The knockoffs are so cheap. A lot of these assholes buy knockoffs anyway.
Right. You can't even tell.
That's right.
Honest to God, the real ones. Why would you bother stealing the real ones?
Did you know that there are blocks in Portland, Oregon, that insurance companies will not insure anyone? They have pulled out. Most of the commercial insurers have pulled out because of the last claims. They pulled out. They said, we will not.
This is going to happen in California.
You mean they literally? So you can't get insurance?
Cannot. Most of the real standard markets that are done, they will not insure a property there. Period. We actually had email correspondence from Safeco, who is based in the Northwest, and said we are no longer insuring in these zip codes.
Period.
So what's going to happen in California?
So what's that mean?
Like this. If you're in Chicago, or California, or Minneapolis,
it's its own teacher. I say it will correct itself. It will correct itself.
It has to.
It is correcting itself slowly right now.
People, the pendulum swings, bro.
It's unbelievable to me. I literally, where are the morals?
Well, that's a whole different question, Matt.
You can't legislate that.
So the one got really, the one governor, or was it governor or mayor, got really mad that Walgreens and Kroger we're pulling out of this area.
I
It's
know.
just getting looted. They said that's racist. You're pulling out.
I
They're
know.
like,
That's what I said.
don't want to work here, and everybody steals here.
Redlining is going on not because of race. It's because of economics. I mean, they're just saying we can't fucking do it. You just told everyone they can steal up to $1,000.
And they got people just going through with carts, taking shit and going right out the. Ah, it's so fucked up.
You know, you can just be so fucking put up.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, Rick, your turn. Sorry for the disconnection there. What's going on with your condo fees, man?
It's right up your alley. Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Last August, I got a note from the condo saying, or the association saying that they had a new policy that they just put in place, saying that they want to keep track of all of the rentals in the complex.
Oh, I see. Yeah, they want to keep track of it. Okay.
Yeah, which is fine with me because there's been some car break-ins and stuff like that.
So they're assuming renters are doing it. I mean, that's kind of creepy.
Well, excuse me. I don't know if they're assuming that, but however, it sounded like a good plan to me. And so they wanted a copy of the lease, and they also wanted to know the license plates of my tenant, which is fine. And don't get me wrong, I support this. And there was a fee for $75 for initiating it, which is fine. Okay. Well, the lease that I wrote is a couple of years old, and it's on a month-to-month at this point. They also had a little clause in there that says renewals will be charged $25 a month if you renew the lease.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait. So for you, when you renew a lease, you have to pay the HOA $25 a month?
Well, this is where it got me.
Well, is that what they're asking, though? Are they asking for you to pay $25 a month to the HOA?
That sounds like what it is.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
And the thing that throws me is, again, the lease has been in effect for time, like a year or so.
And you're paying your HOA fees separately, right?
Correct.
But they're saying if you continue to rent, not only do you pay your normal HOA, but you have to pay an extra $25 a month.
Well, the reason they're saying that is because it's on a month-to-month at this point. After the lease expired after 6 months, then it went on to month-to-month. They also had another little statement.
So hold on. So if you sign a new lease, you don't have to pay the extra $25.
Well, I don't want to confuse you with that one, but however, if you have a lease, let's say for 6 months, and you renew the lease for 6 months, you pay $25.
Do you pay $25 once or $25 a month?
Each time you renew the lease.
Oh, okay. Hold on. We'll come back to you, okay? We'll examine what's going on. We also have the free insurance checkup happening, Compass Insurance at 303-996-9000. More coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
You know we have a short show today.
What's up?
You know we have a short show.
Yeah. So, by the way, that's already on the our number. If you call there, the help center's right at the front of the tree, right? So you made that change last time we talked to you.
Oh, good.
So there you go.
That is.
And now you know. And now I know, and I didn't know.
So this dude gets
the administration.
He gets $700 a month, and it goes into this bank account. He went to his mom's house and told his mom he wants the routing number. His dad pulled up in his dad's Tahoe and rolled the window down and flashed his gun at him. So he left and he went to his sister's house. So after he got to his sister's house, his dad came over there and told him to get out of his sister's house. So he started walking through the field to the trailer. Oh my God. Oh my God, his dad rolled up again. Rolled his window down, and up came his gun again. I demanded he leave the gun inside the Tahoe. So I could teach him not to pull guns on unarmed men. Oh. He then proceeded to stare at me about 30 feet away inside his Tahoe with his gun in his lap. My parents have got numerous restraining orders on me
I'm
throughout
going
the
to be
years.
right back. And listen, bro, I need you to cover if I'm not back in 6 minutes. I just got it for Get BP.
How many pages is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
To the court every time. To the court every time I called the sheriff, I would get the restraining order when I called on them. My father put his gun inside the shirt and then take my father by the shoulders out of my line of sight behind the Tahoe, where I'm assuming he gave it back and left it on the bumper. They served me with the restraining order again. I was forced to ride my bicycle further out into the blizzard. He's on a bike in a fucking blizzard.
When is this? We haven't had a blizzard in a year, over a year.
Good point. Good point. I'll ask him when I write him back. Oh my God. He was forced to sleep in a field in freezing temperatures until they booked me into jail. I was in, God, it's cursive. I was in jail for all of December 2019. There's your blizzard, bro.
Okay, there you go.
Until the first week of January 2020. My sister, Lisa Miller, told me over the jail phone that I had been evicted from my home and that they were going to leave everything. Don't tell me he's got another black leather jacket. If he's got 4, oh my God.
I'm trying to know what he wants you guys to do about this.
I don't know, man, but I'll tell you what, he's got me going. Uh-oh. They went through his things and had a new place to live. I stated that I had not been allowed to speak for my own defense at the court hearing and was never issued a summons for that specific court date. The first court date had been canceled due to road conditions. There's your blizzard again, bro. And I had not seen another. While I was in Weld County Jail, I asked the civil court deputy about any eviction hearings in my name, and he stated he had no information. 3 days later, I was released. When I got to the house, I found all my property loaded into a roll-off dumpster. Holy shit, they got a roll-off dumpster and put all this shit in it. It was in the front lawn, minus the items my parents wanted to keep. The dumpster was completely empty. My mother admits to leaving my historical genealogical documents, of which were given to me at the 2010 family reunion. Oh, the old reunion documents. They had chosen me to give that property to, routinely demanded I turn it over to her. Oh, she wanted it, but he wouldn't give it to her, so now she stole it. She stole the reunion documents. Holy shit.
God dang.
Uh-oh. My 90-year-old great-grandmother's name was Weber. And she left behind the second, oh, here we go, just when I thought this guy was fucking crazy, his great-grandmother Weber left behind the second largest fortune in recorded human history. Her farmland is the new Manhattan. This motherfucker owns Manhattan.
That's pretty impressive.
This fucking guy owns Manhattan.
Run this guy.
And all his shit's in the dumpster in the front yard. This fucking guy.
Oh, God.
Holy shit. Yep, he was going through the dumpster. This is right after, the whole Manhattan thing. So now flashback, going through the dumpster, pulling my items out. And the Fort Lupton Police Department pulled up. Okay, anywhere this guy goes, the cops show up. It's amazing. He could be in the middle of a field, cops show up. He could be at his sister's house, cops show up. He can be in his car minding his own business, cops show up.
Did he get the backs? Maybe he has the microchip.
Dude, you missed it, man. We're thinking this guy's crazy. He comes from the second largest fortune in recorded human history. Yeah, him in the Nigerian.
I'm sorry, I thought you were telling me.
It's the Troubleshooter Show.
Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by Genesis SolarCO.com. Genesis Solar is still an option. And I urge you to call them if you're considering solar or if you wonder if you're a candidate for solar. They do a 20-minute site value evaluation on solar. But by the way, they do it off premises. They don't even have to come to your house. Just for calling to get this done, you get a free Yeti cup. Now listen, solar, you get the credits. They guarantee 25 years of production and 25 years components from the manufacturer. GenesisSolarCO.com, 303-474-4317. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. Today is Insurance Checkup Day. You can call 303-996-9000 and figure out if you have a great deal on insurance. Listen, they have no vested interest in any particular company for you. So if you have a great deal, they, honest to God, will tell you that. If you call 303-996-9000, go to the Insurance Checkup and find out more. Now, Rick, you say that your association, your homeowners association, where you own a condo, basically put into effect a tracking system for rentals, and they want a fee every time you renew the lease. Is that right? First, they want $75 to register them, and then every time you renew the lease, they want $25, right?
In effect, that's the answer.
Okay.
So the lease that I currently have is on a month to month because the term of the lease is
right.
already
So
gone.
so that means 20. So they're considering that a renewal every month.
Yeah. It's a bunch of crap, but
no, I understand what they're saying though, because they want to discourage that. Probably, I don't know. So anyway, how did they vote this into effect anyway?
I was at a board meeting.
Okay,
but I wasn't even in town during the board meeting. I was out of town.
Well, if they have a quorum, most likely they don't need you there.
That's correct. I agree with that. But I'm just saying that how they defined renewal on a month-to-month because it's an existing lease.
Yeah, because, well, I'll tell you, the law does that. On a month-to-month, it's month-to-month renewal. Every time you allow them to stay there. I mean, that's just what it is, man. I mean, or you could say you have no lease and see what they say. Just say you don't have a lease. But
I'm going to cancel the lease.
What's that?
My resort is I'll cancel the lease and I'll write a 20-year lease.
You could do that. Hold on. You could do that, but you could screw yourself too. I mean, just be careful, okay? Because you could do that.
No, I understand. I'll back this up. Why is it my dog barks when I get on the phone?
I know, isn't that funny? I know. That's funny because that's the way they are, those little bastards. I love them.
Well, I'll back this up saying I've been a managing broker for over 40 years. I retired here a couple of years ago. So I understand the lease concept thing, but what I will do is I'll cancel the lease because apparently I don't have any out on this. So I did respond to them saying that the $25 renewal is ridiculous, and I'm waiting for a call back from them. If they respond with, they said, sorry, but you're stuck with it, I'm just going to cancel the lease, and I will send out certified letter to the whoever's, to the renter saying that it's all over, but shout and sign a new lease, and that's it. And I will cancel the lease and rewrite the lease in my favor. But I'm just wondering, I said that if they're considering a month-to-month a renewal.
Well, everyone does, though. I mean, that technically is what it is. It's by the state calls it a month-to-month.
Okay, so apparently that's a lease renewal every month, right?
Well, technically it is. I mean, technically it is.
Okay, well, I do have the option, so I guess I was just trying to get a validation on that because to me that's.
I'm not giving you a legal opinion. I'm just saying that technically, a month-to-month lease by state standards is a month-to-month. They even have their own special, laws for that, and you are renewing technically every 30 days because you're not canceling it. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? 303-713-8255. I want to remind you, you can text the show. Just text Tom in the message to 57739. And today, what were you going to say, Mark?
I'm just sickened by this story I'm reading. It's about this guy that, he went through this Christmas parade, killed 5 people, 40 in the hospital. Children's Hospital just came out. Some of these kids will never be normal. But listen to this. The suspect, so he owns the exact same kind of car, but the guy in custody, the suspect, listen to this, man. He was on bail for 5 charges, including reckless endangerment, battery, domestic abuse, resisting arrest, and bail jumping. He was out on bail when he did this. Ready for this? $1,000 bail. All that stuff that he did, and his record goes back.
What state?
30 years.
What state?
Wisconsin.
Yep.
Milwaukee, man. God, Darrell E. Brooks Jr., a Milwaukee man with a criminal history dating back to 1999, including multiple violent felonies. Why is this guy out on $1,000 bond? He just killed 5 people. Well, I wouldn't live there. I wouldn't live there. I like my little section of the world.
Welcome to the new world. Okay, you can pick any number of cities, and the fact remains these things are happening more in Democratic-controlled states and cities, and it's because it's happening, not because I'm relishing in it, and not because I want to make everything a D or an R. I hate when everything is made a D or an R, but the God's honest truth is that's where it's happening. Pick me one place where there's an R where it's happening. Pick me one. Pick me one where the crime is surging. Tell me because I want to. I mean, people are bitching, and I want to know because, honest to God, this show does not try to tell you how to think, and nor do we shut anyone down.
Listen to this.
So if you call me, please, I have an open mind. But also, if you have a problem, question, or complaint, and don't forget the Insurance Help Center, 303-996-9000 will put you through to Compass, which will do an independent assessment. Mark, go.
In 2010, he pleaded no contest to a felony strangulation charge after allegedly attacking a woman during an argument about a phone call. This dude should not be on the streets.
I know.
And look what it took. It took him to kill 5 people to get him off the streets. If it is him, this is allegedly.
Here's the facts. We talked about 4.5 million quitting their jobs in September alone. We also talked about people wanting to retire. The majority of people right now want to retire at 50. The millennials and Gen Zs at 50. Good. Okay. Here's one. Tom, I'm 56 and have around 90K in an IRA that rolled over from a 401K. Now, mind you, this is someone who's nearing, retirement age. I'm 56, right? Okay. I'm considering moving it to a Roth IRA. Now, first of all, why? Why would you do that now? Why at this age?
That age, you shouldn't do it.
The whole purpose of a Roth is what?
It's growth. It's free growth on money that has already been taxed. He would have to pay all the taxes on that 90K.
He'd have to make a withdrawal
and reestablish. It would go to $45,000 would be his investment. It would be insane.
Well, yeah, I mean, somewhat. It is insane.
No, he'd have about a 45% hit on that.
It's really bad. It's really bad. So don't do it, sir.
Now, you can do a backdoor Roth if you have money in an IRA. That's still a loophole that's out there.
Well, what is that?
Well, that basically means you can put, let's say you can put $8,000 a year into an IRA.
Right.
You can roll that into a
That's
Roth.
Right. That's right.
After because you are taxing it. It is getting taxed. And you can roll it into the Roth for that.
If you take it out.
Yeah, you got to take it out and roll it over. You won't pay any, what do you call it?
Well, hold on.
Go ahead.
Mark, on a qualified plan, whatever you take out, you pay tax on.
Yes, but you would roll it over from an IRA. Let's say you can put $8,000 into an IRA, okay?
Yes.
So you could roll that IRA into a Roth IRA.
But you pay tax on what you've contributed.
That's right. You would pay taxes, but you don't pay any of the penalties.
Right. That's right. And same.
Then you get the benefit of growth for free. You don't pay the taxes when you withdraw it.
Right, but you're already paying taxes. Here's the thing about tax deferrals is you're going to pay taxes sometime unless it's like tax deferrals in even in a 401k or something. You have to take mandatory distributions at a certain age. But let's say Become the Banker, where you overfund a life insurance policy or any life insurance that you overfund with cash. That cash grows tax deferred, and you never have to take that out. You can borrow it out, and when you borrow it out, then it becomes a loan against the policy, and you never pay tax on it. That is one sneaky way, but that's not taking from a qualified plan. That's just starting from scratch. We have more coming up on
proudly supports the Don't Take My Guns movement this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Crown Plaza located at I-70 in Chambers. You won't find a bigger or better selection of new and hard-to-find used firearms, ammo, scopes, and mid-game hunting accessories. Forget online shopping. At the Tanner Gun Show, you're free to see and handle your purchase before you buy. Get your guns while you still can this weekend at the Tanner Gun Show in Denver. Tickets are available at the door or get them online at TannerGunShow.com.
BlakeHarrisLaw.com is for estate planning. That means you plan to protect your estate from creditors, lawsuits, from nuisance. Make it hard to get to with a special asset protection trust, or a regular trust can help you protect yourself as well, and then also dictates how your heirs use your assets when you leave them. So it's really a protection for the rest of their lives. For example, if you have kids, they can't squander it away. If you have any questions, simply ask Blake. It's 833-ASK-BLAKE, 833-ASK-BLAKE, BlakeHarrisLaw.com. If you're looking to sell a house, you can go the conventional way and sell it quickly, but you still have to wait for inspections and loan approvals, and it takes months to close, no matter what. The fastest way to get money is by Homevestors. They'll come and write you a check this week, next week. No inspections, no appraisals, no loans, just writing you a check. Now, before you think, Tom, they're going to steal it, they don't want to give me what I want, why not try? You have nothing to lose. And for some of you, the price will be right. 800-44-BUYER. It's that simple. 800-44-BUYER. If you're looking at your bathroom wondering, what do I need? Most people, by renewing the shower or the tub, it makes a whole new bathroom because that's the main focal point, right? Renew Home Innovations does beautiful showers, big rectangle showers with no thresholds and perimeter drains. What that means is you can walk in, shuffle in, you can do a walker, you can do a wheelchair. It's great for people with disabilities or elderly people. They have a special promotion now for seniors and veterans and active military. They'll do a free shower door, 12 months, no payments, no interest. Listen to this. If you call now, they have most stuff in stock. It can start right away. 303-904-2000. Customized beautiful showers or tub-to-shower combos or conversions. 303-904-2000. RenewHomeInnovations.com.
Psoriatic arthritis may...
So, 2 counts of second-degree reckless endangering and being a felon in possession of a firearm. So he was out on bail for $1,000 for that. But when he was out on bail, he then ran over a woman in that same van. Oh my God. So then he was charged, listen to this, remember, he's out on bail for all that other shit. Then he was charged with bail jumping, battery, obstructing an officer, disorderly conduct. He ran over a woman, which is in the same van that he has now. He was then re-released on $1,000. The guy's got like 20 felonies pending, and they cut him loose for $1,000.
Or visit Trumfaya.com and talk to your doctor about Trumfaya. See our ads in Health Magazine.
The bail recommendation in this case is not consistent with the approach of the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office towards matters involving violent crime. So they're saying they fucked up. A woman told police that Brooks charged into her motel room, shouted profanity at her, took her cell phone, and then drove away. He allegedly circled back later, found her walking to a nearby gas station, and punched her in the face. When she started to walk away, he allegedly ran her over with the vehicle.
Still got her phone. And
then he gets out on bail for $1,000. That's crazy. I ain't fucking going to Wisconsin. Fuck, no.
I don't even want to fly over.
I don't fight. Actually, I've been to a lake house there numerous times.
Where's that?
Yeah, to Wisconsin. God, that is... Man, there's people on bail for a shitload less than that for a lot more bail. He ran over he punched her in the face and then ran her over with the truck, and he's out for $1,000 bail. And he was already out on $500 bail for all kinds of other felonies. I just find it crazy as fuck. Hey, have any of you watched the Columbine? I forget which one. His mother comes out and talks about Klebold. It's on Netflix, man. It's about an hour and a half. It's about her, and did she see any warning signs? Did she? Nothing. And I believe her, man. Nothing. 3 nights before Columbine, they all went out to a family dinner, and they have a nice picture. Yeah, I mean,
Brian and I went to Columbine. I don't know if you do that.
Yeah.
Brian and you what?
We both went to Columbine.
Weren't you the year before?
No. We were well after. His brother-in-law is principal at Columbine. Was when that happened.
That's great. Is he now?
Yes, he's still there.
You gotta watch it. It's pretty good.
Hi, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. WaterPros.net for the best water conditioning systems anywhere, the best water softening systems, purification systems, under $2,000 for the whole house, drinking water under $1,000. You'll never find better prices or better quality. WaterPros.net. Let's continue on the phones. Give us a call at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. It's an abridged show today due to CU basketball, right? CU girls?
I'm not sure.
What? You're not sure?
I don't know. I think it's the women's basketball team, but it might be the men's.
No, wait. Tell us then, Shannon. Just tell us, please.
The men's game will be on at 12:30 from the Virgin Islands.
The Virgin Islands CU men's basketball at 12:30. Thank you. Why are they playing in the Virgin Islands?
It's so hot down there.
Because it's warm.
Because they're lucky.
Now, who are they playing? I know nothing about CU basketball. You don't even know, do you? Okay. Are they playing a team in the Virgin Islands? Of course not.
It's a tournament or something.
Are they playing the Virgins? The Virgin Island Virgins? Hey, let's talk to Matt Corneo, Compass Insurance Group. Matt, what is happening with insurance? It's going up. Is homeowners or just auto?
No, I think you're going to see both again.
Now, why? Why would homeowners be going up?
Colorado cannot get profitable. The state cannot get profitable. And so I think that what has happened, ironically, this has been a decent year on the homeowners front, horrible on the auto front. And the indications from these insurance companies for years has been that they've had to take rate. And, well, you'd say, well, yeah, but my homeowners policy is taking 15 to 20% every year for the last 3 or 4 years, and that's true, but they still haven't taken enough rate to catch them up for the decade of hail losses that they've sustained. So, unfortunately, this is a state that there's a lot of fear about fire still. And the fact is when we get a huge wildfire, that you can't catch up. One big one, you can't catch up. That's the big Grand Lake fire. Insurance companies can't.
So wait a minute. So they just have to start surcharging or pull out.
Yeah, well, and a lot of companies have basically pulled out from those, rural. We have insurance companies that if you are not in the metro area, they have no interest in offering you a quote, no matter what kind of deductible you have. They don't care. They don't want it. I have several companies that they are not interested in insuring you if you're not in the metro area. They won't even offer a quote.
All right. So
how about commercial stuff? Same type stuff? I mean, is it going up as well?
I think commercial insurance companies have. I think that you might see some increase. They've taken different measures in the state. The massive wind and hail deductibles. So we've seen large wind and hail deductibles come through on homeowners policies in Colorado, but not like you've seen with commercial buildings. In particular, these habitational risks where you see these apartment buildings and stuff. Some of those buildings have $500,000 deductibles on them. So they've taken more of where they can, navigate the risk a little bit easier.
All right. So but what's to prevent? There's nothing to prevent all insurance companies from saying, screw Colorado. Really? Couldn't that happen technically?
It's a good question. Why isn't it happening in California? I mean, you talk about a state that just can't they have 5 wildfires every year. And so what's funny is, we do business in California also. And I can't tell you how many times someone calls me and they want a quote in the state, and I've got one offering for them. And we have numerous insurance companies, and none of those companies want anything in that state because of fire.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. If you have any kind of a consumer problem, question, or complaint. Now, what about car insurance? What's happening with car insurance and why?
Well, I think that's what we're going to really see here this next.
A lot of increases.
Yeah, I think we're going to see some the indications are big. So we'll see what insurance companies do with it. But so the argument has been, well, people haven't been driving, but the issue is the severity of losses apparently is much higher. This is what our companies are telling us. And so whether it's people texting behind the wheel, or the fact that people aren't getting pulled over now. And so you see just the speeding, just me driving here today. I cannot believe how fast sometimes, you'll see a guy going 125 miles an hour. It just doesn't seem like that used to be as common as it is now. So they say the severity of accidents is much higher in the last year than it has ever been in this state.
So is this happening all over the country?
That's a good question. I kind of only follow the stuff where, because most of our business is in this state, even though we're in several other states. So that's a good question. I really don't know.
Okay, but is the pandemic the reason? I
don't know. That's a good
question. It's just everything changed.
You know, the world seems like it's just upside down in every way. I mean, everyone's frustrated. Everyone's acting out. I have a college kid that works at Starbucks every day. By the way, this kid is high-functioning autistic, and every day someone's abusing him because Starbucks doesn't have pumpkin spice lattes today. You know, and they'll scream and call him horrible names and stuff. He is a 22-year-old boy. And people abuse. I mean, I think that people are upside down right now.
Okay. By the way, let's talk to Dan right now. Dan, what's going on with you?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
So I've spent close to about I could have bought a new used car, but I don't want the car payment. So I've spent like $8,000 on fixing my Dodge Durango. And I went to a company to get that done. And
now, why did you have to spend $8,000?
Well, the original problem, and all of this is in the span of about a year, so it all dates back to about this time last year. I had a fuel pump issue that I had to have the fuel pump replaced, so I paid for that, and just all these little repairs that I've been.
Well, they have to be more than little repairs for $8,000. Tell me what else? Fuel pump and what else?
Fuel pump, shocks, brakes, water pump. Let's see, front end alignment.
Okay.
Those types of repairs.
Okay. So now, what's the issue?
So the issue now is, the brakes. Specifically, when I come to a stop, they're squeaking and almost feels like they're grinding, and those were done in July. It's a hard start on the engine after the fuel pump, so it takes forever to start it. There's an issue in the front. I think it's
basically everything they worked on.
Everything they worked on.
All right, hold on a second. We'll come right back to you. I'm Tom Martino. Get your calls in 303-713.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino now. Dan Capless today at 4.
We're talking about people losing their minds right now. I have a client who had someone firebomb their rental and burn it down.
Oh my God! Kidding.
They found out that this family that they're renting this home to, these are the sweetest people you could ever imagine. They had 3 subleasers, and apparently 2 of them were not citizens. He hadn't paid his rent in a couple of months to him. They kicked him out. He comes back and he's burned the house down.
Jesus. Did they catch him?
They caught him. They're sending him back.
Are they going to get a new house?
It's, the scary thing is, so they got to rebuild right now.
Right, that's what I'm asking.
And lumber's, 200% of what it was a year ago? It's going to be tight on whether they have enough coverage on it. It's going to be really tight.
So it's not guaranteed replacement?
Rentals aren't, ever. Rental properties never guaranteed replacement. Where homeowners policies are. I think that they will. It sounds like it's going to be tight, and they found a contractor that'll do it. And I'll tell you, disaster. It's another thing. You're a State Farm guy, whatever, you have cap replacement.
Sheridan Auto Tech has everything you want in an auto repair facility. I've said that before because it's true. First, you want honesty, experience, knowledge, convenience, value, not to mention longevity. We're talking about in business for 20 years. That's Uncle Kevin. I call him because he treats his customers like family at SheridanAutotech.com. 2 locations, in Lakewood and in Aurora. That's Colfax in Lakewood, Havana in Aurora. Find out more at SheridanAutotech.com, including what they do. They also have a complete electrical division. 303-455-7242. What can I say about Water Pros other than you will never find a better system for lower price ever? You have my word on that. They have a triple filter reverse osmosis system that goes under the sink, does not require electricity. It runs off the power of the water running, and it gives you beautiful drinking water. You never need to buy bottled water again. And this system is under $1,000, fully installed by a master plumber. Waterpros.net. Also, a whole house conditioning system if you want to soften your water completely for better laundry, better health, better skin, better all around on everything. Less soap. That is less than $2,000 for the entire house. Low maintenance, computerized. Waterpros.net, 303-862-5554.
Tune in. Steve Hayden is the Mortgage Doctor and the go-to guy in Colorado. The Mortgage Doctor Show, Saturday mornings at 6 and Saturday afternoons at 3. The fastest way to know what your home is safe for today is from the River Group Keller Williams DTC. Simply text your address to 800-763-3000. No phone call, just text your address to 800-763-3000 to get your home value. 800-763-3000.
Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet, often diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and never seem to help your neuropathy?
You're not taking gabapentin. Is it bad shit?
It's labeled as bad shit. It's labeled as bad shit, and
I was told it had hardly any side effects. No.
You were told that it had hardly any side effects.
Right.
I heard it's bad shit. Okay. All I know is they had me taking one a night. Okay. But somebody right in tears that they had him taking 1,200 units a day, and it was jacking him up. So I
They said you could take, when I didn't take it, but my doctor said you could do up to 900 milligrams a day safely. What's it for? Nerve pain.
It's a nerve quieting thing. Yeah, you know, give it to people who can't sleep at night because pain and nerves are jacking up. So you take this dang thing and now you can roll over in the bed and not holler.
So now that you're taking it,
I'm taking real CBD that works, and
that's doing it.
Real CBD that works, and one of the 3 medicines that they had me take. So
and it's working.
These guys notice I'm moving better.
You've been watching Roth, Matt?
Ross, yes, I have. Yes, I have been watching that. Yeah, I like it. He's good.
Dexter.
I'm watching that too.
Me too. I love him.
I'm glad they brought that back. They needed to write. The last season wasn't my favorite.
You think the sister's a little annoying in it?
She drives me crazy. I didn't like her from the beginning.
She's always annoying.
Yeah, she's
No,
so
I
foul.
loved her.
I
love her.
I liked her in the first,
but she was annoying.
I don't like the kind of, she's in his conscience thing.
Well, instead of his dad. Yeah. I didn't watch this episode yet.
They skipped right over. They skipped right over where I thought they were going. How they left off last week with the girl in the room.
Yeah.
It's like she didn't even exist this time.
Okay, I haven't watched it. I'm gonna probably.
Oh
watch it
no,
tonight.
that's not true. A little bit, but barely.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
It's good. Actually, it's really good.
I'm one behind on it.
This has nothing to do with the new one.
I'll watch that and Yellowstone on my run today. Is what I'll do.
I'm waiting for those to get like 4 or 5 of them. I watched the first one.
Oh my god! Did you watch the first episode?
Awesome.
It was insane. It was insane.
The Dexter though, it almost makes me want to go back and rewatch Dexter. It's so good. Oh, what I was going to say is the sheriff, his girlfriend. This has nothing to do with this episode you haven't seen. I start wondering if she has some kind of dark side.
Who does?
His son, Russ. Oh, the son, definitely. I think. Well, the son has to. I mean, it just makes sense. Didn't his dad kind of teach him?
No. He was adopted. His dad discovered the dark side with the animals. And then said, let me help you funnel it. And he turned him into a superhero killing bad guys.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So he did, yeah.
Hi, Tom Martino.
Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right. Now, Dan said he spent a lot of money on about $8,000 to fix his Dodge Durango, And now basically everything the shop worked on seems to be going bad again. So specifically, did the fuel pump go bad, for example?
Well, it's taken forever to start.
And the shocks, the brakes, the water pump,
and the shocks, yeah, all that.
The alignment. Well, how do you know they really did the work?
Well, that's what I'm wondering. So I'm that's what I'm concerned about.
What's the name of the shop?
Adams and Sons.
And how did you find Adams and Sons?
I just looked them up just to, they seemed reputable. They still may be, but
what does it mean? I often wonder what people mean by that. What do you mean seemed reputable? What makes somebody seem reputable?
They when I first went in, they were very professional and
okay,
courteous and all that.
All right. Okay, what are their reviews? I don't know. I'm just curious.
There are a few reviews that...
Other than the Better Business Bureau. You cannot go by the Better Business Bureau. That's a dinosaur of the ages.
No, I've seen a couple of the reviews.
Well, they have really good reviews, actually, Adam and Sons.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
That's why I'm, that's why I'm wondering.
Is this in the Springs?
Yes.
Let's have Honest Accurate take a peek at it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Let's have somebody look at it and see if the work was done.
Yeah, let's get an assessment. Suzanne, let's email Jesse the info.
That's a good idea, Mark. What we have is people that we know and trust that can look at that invoice. Let's just first see, was the work done? They can usually tell that, and that would help us a lot.
Oh, they can tell most of it easily.
All right. Now, we're talking about an insurance help center, and that, even though we have an early show today, 12:30, we're getting off the air, we will continue this help center. Now, they always have a help center, but they're going to put a special emphasis on it till 4 today at that. But you can really call anytime. That's the truth of the matter. But what we like to do is monitor it a few days a year to see what results we're getting. 303-996-9000 for the free insurance checkup.
Hey, Matt, you guys will do commercial policy checkups too, right?
We will. Commercial's a different animal, though, whereas we don't do, get you a quote in an hour or two. Commercial policies can take a week to get.
Can you usually save people money, though?
I think we can. It depends. We'll have people call us and they've got a $700 BOP commercially. You're not going to knock anything off of that. And we do have people that call and go, I'm paying too much for insurance. It's $900 and they've got $1 million liability. They should not bother calling us. We can't save them anything on something like
now, let's talk to Angela real quick. Angela, what's going on with you, Angela?
Hi.
Hi. What's happening?
Well, I hired a landscaper to do some work in my backyard.
When?
And back in April.
Okay.
April 17th.
Okay.
Well, a couple days before that. Sorry, that's when I know he cashed my check.
That's fine. And how much? Wait, you paid up front?
For part of the job.
How much?
For a little more than half, $3,000.
Oh, okay. Did you get anything in return?
I know. No, he did nothing in my backyard. Now, when he signed up,
Who is this landscaper?
And he did my neighbor's yard, Carlos Gallegos, construction landscaping. He did two of my neighbor's backyards, and across the street he did another neighbor's, poured a sidewalk in their backyard, a little pathway, so I felt that I could trust this man. And
Carlos Gallegos Landscaping and Construction?
Construction. He went, his uniform said Carlos Landscaping, but then the check wrote out to Carlos Construction.
Okay, so you got nothing. I mean, the guy committed a crime, basically. If you got nothing, he stole from you.
Yes.
The Contractors Trust Act. Well, where is Carlos located?
I have been trying to research that. I know that he is located in Denver.
Hold on.
And
okay, in Denver somewhere.
Address.
You didn't get an address?
Yeah. No, I know that wasn't very. I thought that I know that wasn't smart on my part.
And he cashed the check, so you're basically out $3,000.
I'm out $3,000.
Do you call the guy ever?
Oh yes.
What does he say?
I called a lot, and when he first came out, he would come out, so he had told me that he wouldn't start till end of May, and I was like, that's fine. But then when end of May came and he didn't come, I would call,
This is an out-and-out sleaze bucket.
Like,
okay. Is he on Facebook
yeah,
or anything? We're going to try. I want Suze to try to find a picture of this clown.
Yep, he is on Facebook. I found him on Facebook. His profile picture.
His name sounds familiar, Tom. I wonder if we've gotten
Suze, I'm going to look it up.
Before.
I'm going to. Could you get from her the profile picture and send it to me? We'll do that when we're done with the call. We got to warn people about him. I mean, seriously, it does sound familiar to me. It does sound familiar. I'm looking it up right now. It's too bad, man. It's really too bad.
I know.
Gallegos, huh? Okay. Landscaping. I'm looking up all kinds.
Yeah, I looked up too. I even tried looking up in the Colorado, the Secretary of State under where they list businesses, but there's a lot of Gallegos Constructions. I couldn't find that way.
Well, we have 28 on the books here, landscaping companies to avoid, and I'm looking for each one to see if I can come up with it. At this point, no, but man, I'm telling you, it's such a terrible industry. They suck. I'm telling you, they really suck.
And I just, I mean, I don't have 3,000. I'm a teacher. I don't make that much money. I don't have $3,000 to just.
You should really go. Honest to God, no. I'm going to tell you what to do. We're going to try to go after him.
Okay.
But you need to go to. Now you really need to do this. The district attorney. What is your jurisdiction?
Do you mean like
where are you?
The county that I live in?
Yeah, where are you?
Arapahoe County, Aurora.
Okay, Aurora. The district attorney for Arapahoe. Okay. You need to file a complaint under the Contractors Trust Act specifically.
Okay.
Okay, that's what you need to do, and then you need to. Just let them know.
Under the what? Sorry if I complain. Under the Contractors?
The Contractors Trust Act. You need to say, look, I got somebody who truly violated the Contractors Trust Act, and I want to go after him. Now, we don't even know where to serve him if you wanted to do small claims, but you have a phone number for this clown?
I do have a phone number for him.
What is his phone number?
Let me get that for you.
I don't think there's any hope with this guy. If he took $3,000 in April, he's a thief.
He is a thief. It's 720.
Hold on, 720.
628.
Huh? Wait, 720 what?
628.
Okay.
3523.
Okay. Also, I want to put you on hold and have Suze get his number. Excuse me. His profile picture she'll send to me, okay? Hang in there for a sec. More coming up. Meanwhile, Gallegos Construction.
So, remember, can't find it? I couldn't find shit on it either. So this guy comes from a family that owns Manhattan.
Family owns Manhattan?
So where we left off, his great-grandmother. This deputy came out. He was getting his stuff out of the dumpster in his front yard. Deputy comes out. His mom comes out, starts throwing everything back in the dumpster. And then this is where it gets interesting. You ready for this? He's got a cousin that needs a heart transplant, and he believes certain people want him dead so they can harvest his organs. I mean, it's all tying together now.
How dare you? How dare you think that this guy is a ripoff?
This guy? I don't think that.
FixMyHome.com. Right now, it's not a bad day, and we're not freezing to death. So get your furnace checked out for just $39. If you've never had it done before, it's a special for you. This would normally take hundreds of dollars. They go there for a couple hours, and they take apart the system to the extent they can. They remove the blower fins. They clean every single corner of that furnace. They check it. They make adjustments. This is called the Severe Clean, and adjust, man, I'm telling you, it is only $39. You'll be amazed at what they do with a no breakdown guarantee. What I love about it is you find out the condition of your furnace now for only $39 and get a complete clean and adjust before it's frigid, so you don't have to ever react in fear. FixMyHome.com, 720-526-3939, 720-526-3939. Also, don't forget, Blake Harris Law is there to help you, free of charge at first, with all of your questions answered. You just call and ask, 833-ASK-BLAKE, 833-ASK-BLAKE. He'll let you know what you need and how much it'll cost. Then you decide if you want to hire him. BlakeHarrisLaw.com, 833-ASK-BLAKE. All right. SaferNet, you've heard me talk about it. It's a small app that runs on your laptop or your phone or your tablet or your desktop. Okay? For each place it runs, it's only a few bucks a month. And you're constantly protected from viruses, malware, ransomware, spyware, everything. It can save you thousands if someone encrypts your files and threatens you with ransom. This will shut them down. SaferNet.com. Here's the best part. You don't have to take my word for it. You can get SaferNet and try it free. It's for 44 days with Tom in the promo code with no obligation. SaferNet.com. Download it there and run it. It'll protect everything you have. You don't have to worry about any of that other stuff. This will do it. SaferNet.com.
Psoriatic arthritis make my joints stiff, swollen, painful. Tremfya is approved for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Emerge Tremfya. Tremfya can help reduce joint symptoms at 24 weeks. Some patients reported less fatigue.
You know, the cops erased.
1 week prior.
They erased all the information. Yeah, he was supposed to be able to go get his stuff, and they said they noted it in the computer, but then a different police department hacked into the computer and deleted everything on this fucking guy.
Check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms of infection,
Now,
including fever, sweats.
if you guys want to understand really what's going on with the harvesting of the organs, you can go to the YouTube channel, California. You can go to the YouTube channel at the California Organized Torture Show.
He's not doing it anymore.
To end with the COVID shit.
Holy
you know, he's getting up there in age, and I think he just couldn't do it anymore. The first time in, I mean, God, since I've been in the 7th grade, 8th grade, he's not done one.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's a stud. I mean, it's too bad.
Where do you put it on?
West Bowles Community Church. Down by Columbine High School. How old is he? I'm going to guess Steve. God. Well, so my dad's 60. I'm going to guess Steve is 81. That's my guess. 80.
Why are people so unhappy to retire?
I have no idea.
Is it fun? I get bored.
Yeah, my wife's dad retired. Now he works at a golf club.
I want to do something.
You know, just walking around and he loves it.
I don't mind retiring. You know what I was thinking, Mark? I've been getting into. You know what my dream has always been? I swear to God, something in aviation. I don't mean to pilot. I mean, I love piloting, but I would do tours in helicopter. That would be so fucking cool in Hawaii. Can you imagine that?
Its powerful technology identifies people with the
right way cool. I was flying one time.
To apply to your job. You get qualified candidates.
My little son says, my dad flies helicopters, you know, and I know these guys look at me and they think that I probably brag to my kids that don't know shit. He goes, oh, really? Would you like to take control? I said, sure. He went. And then I started hovering. He said, cool. He said, I'll get in so much trouble. I said, well, you asked me, man, because I was sitting on the other side. And what really amazed me is they hadn't taken out the controls, which is, they usually don't even have it. Like, when I take totally, like, green, I don't, because if they ever just out of panic,
grab your stick, it'll be worse than what's in here.
Hey, Tom Martino here. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Waterpros.net. I'm sure you've heard it so many times. You're sick of it. Don't get sick of it. Call them. If you need any water systems, the best for the lowest prices, waterpros.net. Any kind of water system in your house. And everyone needs something. I don't know if you know about it, but, man, lead levels are terrible. Also, just everything. It's just water's getting worse. Angela, this is
Yes.
We got to call this guy. We got to call this guy. Does he answer when you call?
No, he doesn't. It always goes to voicemail.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's just try. And if he answers, Suze. If he answers, you know what to do, Suze. Got it. Or you can do it, Shannon. You're just sitting in there with your finger on the pulse. Woo. That was okay. Hold on. Do I dial 9? Yeah, I dial 9. Do I? Shannon, you're right on top of it.
You know nothing can be heard in this room.
I already left him a voicemail.
Oh, I want to do it too. Let's see if he answers. Suze is all over it. She already called him. Let's see if he answers. Hold on.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 720-628-3523 is not available.
Is that what you got, Suze?
At the tone, please
All right.
record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Carlos, this is Tom Martino. I'm on the phone with Angela. She's the person you took $3,000 from in April and did no work. What do we call someone who takes $3,000 and does no work? At first, we call them a lying, cheating ripoff. After that, we call them an inmate. So if you don't want to be the latter, and that means the inmate, then you need to call us back. 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. You should not rip people off, Carlos Gallegos. You should not rip people off. Now, Angela, we aim to get his attention. I think that might do it. But I'm going to keep it up, and we're going to give this to somebody to work on. And then we're going to review a letter we got that Mark has been infatuated with. In fact, he won't put it down. Angela, hold on. Suze, who should we give this to, Marty? Let's give this to Marty to hound like a hound dog that he is. Tina has a problem with a home sale. Tina, go ahead. What's going on, Tina?
Okay, so 3 years ago, my son was after my husband and I to sell our house for a year and a half to go into a bigger house.
Wait. Your son was after you to do it?
Yes.
Why?
Because he knew I didn't like the house that we were living in.
How
and
old is your son?
Now he's 29 years old.
Okay, so was he living with you?
At the time, he was not living with me. He was in the military, and he was stationed in Fort Drum.
Okay, so he was just trying to convince you to sell. So did you sell?
Yes. We did sell.
Okay, so you sold your home and bought another one?
So we sold our home, and we're supposed to go in on the home together with my son.
Oh.
And my husband and I put $21,000 down on the home. And after we did the closing, I wasn't put on
Wait.
title at that time.
Did your son put any money in it?
So he put the earnest money in it, and then at signing, they gave it back to him.
So wait a minute. Your son has zero investment.
Zero investment.
Did you put him on the title?
No, so he financed the house for us.
Oh, he's got the loan. Hold on, Tina. We need to explore this. I'm Tom.
So, listen to this, man. Oh, God. This guy left Greeley on his bicycle, and he's heading to Fort Lupton on his bicycle, okay? He's northbound. Oh, my God. Southbound.
Okay.
He saw a blood stain on the pull-off lane. He followed the blood stain. Picture a body being dragged, a blood stain, for over 6 miles, and it ended up at his sister's house.
Oh my goodness, this dude! I'm going to the. I was
Get him on the phone. You know what? I'll see if his number's here. Let's see. His mom might have his phone at the moment. She seems to have everything. I mean, if you read this thing, it's like one brain wave, and then next thing you know, it's completely into some more insanity. But there's nothing that makes any sense.
Radio station available everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one.
ABC News, I'm Will Reed. At least 6 children listed in critical condition, 3 others in serious condition, after Sunday night's vehicle ramming of spectators watching a Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin. 5 people were killed. Right now, the defense delivering closing arguments in the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial. Earlier, prosecutor Linda Dunikoski cutting down the defense claim of self-defense.
If you are the initial unjustified aggressor, you don't get claimed self-defense.
Also Sunday, 2 of the 17 missionaries held hostage by a gang in Haiti were released, according to Ohio-based Christian Aid Ministries, which says they are in good spirits. No word if any ransom was paid. Walgreens closing several locations in San Francisco.
I just want to wrap my head around, am I going to lunch or am I going to yoga?
Yeah, you get an hour and a half off a little earlier. That's nice.
I know. I'm kind of hoping for lunch because I already got on the treadmill this morning.
That's what I'm going to do as soon as I'm done with this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I didn't get up early enough to get it done today. So.
Do you run or what?
I run.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've been switching it off and on, like running one day and then walking at a 10% incline the next, and then running. That's good. Because just running all the time, for me, is mind-numbing, you know?
Prosecution's bribery case against the former prime minister. The 2 men barely exchanging glances. Attendants began to detail how Netanyahu allegedly set up a quid pro quo for the CEO of Bezik.
Are you guys doing reruns or what?
We're live tomorrow and Thursday, or sorry, tomorrow and Wednesday, then Best of Thursday, Friday.
Okay, nice.
Then we're here the first couple weeks of December, and then we're taking the last couple weeks off.
Nice.
So Best of then.
Okay, good.
Mark and I haven't really got to take a vacation much this year, so it'll be nice to have a
I just got back from a long one, so.
Did you go anywhere fun?
I did. We were in Switzerland and Germany.
Holy cow! How was that?
It was amazing. It was good. We went for 20 days, so we went for a long time.
Were they masked up there or what?
Totally open.
Really?
Now, what's funny is Switzerland, you had to have an app to show you your vax.
Okay.
To get into places. More than half the places didn't check you. Germany was 0. I mean
20 days.
No, what's funny is we saw a lot of masks in Germany, but it was more open than it is here.
Did you take the kids or just you and the
Just
wife?
me and Jen, yeah.
Mark and I
My
did.
son just got home actually 2 days ago from Georgia, so yeah, it was just the 2 of us.
We did a tour in Italy back in '06. It was 17 days. That was our longest vacation. Oh my God.
And that is a long time. Like, it's funny, my wife could have stayed another week. I'm usually good at about 10 days. Like, I wish I could come home and then maybe go back, but I start to long to go home.
Yeah, I get that.
It was a long one for us.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. It's nice to hear they're a little open out there because I thought all of
We're
Europe.
about to shut down again.
Oh, so you're maybe.
We were literally
this,
5 days until we got home. They said that so Austria is shut down again. Austria, if you are not vaccinated, you can't leave your house. So apparently Germany is about to do the same thing, which is funny because we missed it by 5 days.
What'd you like better, Germany or Switzerland?
It's hard to say. I liked them both a lot. Switzerland is so outrageously expensive. I've never been anywhere. It makes London look cheap. Really, I've never been anywhere that is so pricey. And Germany felt so cheap because it wasn't Switzerland.
It wasn't Switzerland.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Cool, man.
Yeah, it was fun.
So
it was really
cool.
fun. Yeah, it was good.
Mark, 20 days in Germany and Switzerland he just did.
Who?
Matt.
Oh, man.
I know. It's making me think of Italy and
6
our
days ago.
17 days there. God. Are we doing yoga? Do you want to do yoga or what?
Maybe. I haven't decided.
I'm trying to wrap my head around yoga or lunch.
This
Want me
guy's
to decide?
random. I'm so infatuated by this letter.
Oh.
It's just a random stream of
Now, impact traffic.
Craziness.
It's not delusion. Delusion.
Most people that write us so big of letters are delusional.
Anybody that writes in cursive is usually delusional.
Come on now. Everybody doesn't know how.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Neither one of my kids were taught it.
Really?
Okay.
It's not a thing anymore. We're old.
Pete.
It's not a thing anymore.
So it's secret writing. It's code.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Oh man.
It's like hieroglyphics now.
So he follows the blood stain. You were gone. He follows. He's on his bicycle going from Greeley to Fort Lupton.
Okay.
He just starts off. He's on the highway going northbound. Sees a blood stain on the highway. Starts following it. It ends at his sister's house over 6 miles later.
This guy, oh my gosh.
And
He
someone
does good drugs.
put a fresh traffic control sign on his sister's property. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's almost over.
I was gonna say, man.
I mean, what else can possibly happen to this guy? Uh-oh. Oh, my God. About 30, remember, he follows a blood stain 6 miles back to his sister's house where someone put a freshly done traffic sign. About 30 feet away, I found a woman's pair of reading glasses. I told you my parents... I wish he wrote a little better.
They will deal with all major insurance companies. They're proudly veteran owned. I know Roth, I know the team, American.
She said the animal, the blood stain, probably just an animal.
Rest. 8337.
That's what his sister said.
He's an interesting cat, this guy.
He called the police, but the police didn't want to come out and investigate.
They knew it was him.
School board member said that a student could, quote, commit murder by not wearing a mask. Yeah, he said murder. We'll talk about that on Tuesday.
All right, Mr. Brown.
He's very considered. He's very concerned.
Oh, God, Mark is so upset. It's about to be shattered. It's about to end.
I hope you can help.
Shooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the show. This hour brought to you by RealCBDThatWorks.com, and I mean that. RealCBDThatWorks.com will get you beautiful, wonderful, as somebody once said, beautiful, wonderful, bigly. No, let me put it another way. It'll get you built back better products. It'll get you, let me put it another way. It's going to get you great pain relief, inflammation relief. You know, Talib is my #1 shining example. It made a real difference in his life. Didn't it, Mark? Tell the God's honest truth.
Yes.
I mean, it really made a difference in his life. And
he was just telling Matt that he got off a couple of his other painkillers.
I know. And he uses, I mean, this is real. He would never lie about this crap. You know, never, not that I would, but I'm saying that Talib is like straightforward. He's saying, man, Tom, it really made a difference. Anyway.
It's so odd that it's so new if you think about it. No one really knows much about CBD. It has a
Dr. Jamie.
Well, he does, but it seems to have a tendency to be confused with marijuana. People might think they get high. But honestly, I think their biggest marketing problem is you got to convince people it's good for pain. And until they actually try it, how do you do that?
I know. And you can try it with 30% off with Tom and the promo code RealCBDThatWorks.com. Hey, we have with us today Matt Corneo from Compass Insurance Group. They've been advertising with me for so many years. I remember the first time I met with them, they saved me like $4 to $6 grand. I mean, I had so many things insured. They saved me money. And you know what else I remember about that meeting? Do you remember?
Yeah, we're getting old is what I remember.
The iPhone
forever.
The iPhone.
Yeah, you're right.
Was just coming out.
That's right.
Remember? And who had it?
That.
Did you have it?
Me and Brian both went and bought one.
And I didn't. I had the Droid. Yeah. And do you remember
remember
that at the very first ones didn't do text very well. Do you remember that? We were talking.
I don't remember that.
No, I remember. I remember that was a big problem, was the texting in the very beginning. I know people think, oh, they wrote the book on text.
I do remember that now that you bring it up, though. We had just got those. Yeah.
And we were at my house.
We were.
Sitting around the dining room table like classic insurance people. But seriously, and we were talking about insuring the motorhome. And then, do you remember the first company I went with the motorhome? Progressive. Believe it or not, we went with Progressive for that. And then we had
toys.
But we had a bunch of stuff insured with you.
Yeah.
And then, anyway, it was so cool. I've known him for so many years. But I actually knew you before that. That was one of our meetings. It was actually before the iPhone. I don't even remember the year that we got together. But Compass, how long you guys been in business?
20 years.
So it's probably the whole time you were in business, right? You were brand new.
Just about, yeah.
And they were one of my first endorsement clients, where I endorsed them fully. And as far as insurance, the very first. Compass Insurance Group. I mean, that's the whole idea, relationships, right? When it comes to companies, you got to trust them. So today, they do this all the time, but we're highlighting insurance checkups where people call in with their declarations page or a good idea of what they're paying for what, and these guys take an independent look and give you an objective feedback. I would say about 85% of the time they can save you money or get you better coverage, but about 15% of the time people are pretty good. Wouldn't you say that's a good ratio?
Yeah, I usually tell people about 90% of the time we'll find something better.
Now, do you have any examples from today?
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's give us one, and then I'm going to go to Tina. She's got a serious problem. Well, give me one good example.
Okay, let's see here. Jason sent this to me. Actually, he has a couple from today. He switched someone over from Liberty Mutual for actually wrote him to Safeco, so a Liberty Mutual company. Wrote him a better product, but between the auto, home, and motorcycle, he saved him $1,200.
$100 a month.
Yep. And then he had another person that came over from Farmers, and he wrote home and auto, and then was able to add an umbrella, and he saved him over $1,500 a year. That's with
plus added an umbrella and got him better coverage.
Yep.
Coming up, we're going to have something that you need to hear. I have received how many letters over my 40-some-odd year career, would you say, Mark? Now, we with email, we had less and less, but I would say it's safe to say, oh, my God, I mean, 100,000 letters, over the years, right? But this one is, now, you're not going to read it yet, but it's by far.
Oh, I couldn't read this. It would take
No, but you can skim every major point, right?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Now, here's the deal. Mark has been reading it since we got to the office today.
26
handwritten pages, single space,
handwritten cursive,
front and back.
Yeah, baby.
So, are you saying 26 pages?
13.
Okay, 13 front and back pages, which are 26 pages. Now, listen. Mark read every word of it.
Every word that I could decipher, which is most of it.
Handwritten, cursive. And is it true Is it true they don't teach cursive anymore? Is that true?
Yes.
That is true.
No, come on. They don't even is that the honest to God?
My youngest son does not know how to write cursive.
Oh my God, does that bother you?
I don't know if it should.
Now, does he print? Do they teach printing?
Oh, yes, they teach printing.
But no cursive.
He doesn't know cursive.
Oh my God. Anyway, Tina.
X marks the spot.
Tina, now this, I want to get this straight. You sold your home and you went into another home with your son, you and your husband. And on this other home, how much did you put down? Are you there, Tina?
Yes.
How much did you put down?
We put $21,000.
Okay, hold on. And then your son took out the loan.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, now
when we went to signing.
How much? Okay, what were you going to say then? Go ahead.
When we went to signing, it wasn't hitting my credit report that I had paid off a bunch of debt. And so the finance company told us that we could finance it with myself on there with the loan, but our payments would be $600
No,
more.
I get it. So your son took out the loan. How much?
It was for $390,000.
Okay. Now, on this $390,000 loan, he's on it alone. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Who is on the deed?
He was supposed to add me, and he would not add me.
What about your husband? What about your husband?
He didn't put my husband either.
All right, so now you put $22,000 down. Is that all you came out with from the sale of your home?
No.
Okay. So you put 20. Hold on. So in the worst case scenario, your son owes you $22,000. In the worst case scenario.
Okay, so can I add to that?
Oh, no. I'm just saying, is that where it is right now? Is he refusing to let you live in the house?
How long ago?
Is he refusing to let you live in the house?
Now at that point, yes, he is.
All right. Did you ever move into the house? Ever?
We've lived in the house since day one. So
how long ago did this?
Moved in on Saturday.
How long did all this happen? How long ago?
It'll be 3 years in February.
Okay, this was 3 years ago. Now listen.
What do you think?
Wait. Was it 3 years ago you moved in, or 3 years ago you moved out?
3 years ago we moved in.
Okay, and you lived there for how long?
Living there since.
How long did you live there?
We've been living there since February of 2006 or 2018.
Okay, you moved out when?
Oh, we haven't moved out. We've been living in the house.
All right. Does he want? Is he evicting you?
Yes, that's what he's trying to do.
Who was making the monthly payments all this time?
My husband and I were.
Now, who were you making the payments to?
So he wouldn't give me the account information, so we would transfer money from our account to his account, and we'd put on there for the house payment.
Now, listen, how can your son be such a scumbag that he would try to steal from his parents?
Thank you. And not only that, we've finished the basement and all the landscaping and concrete work in our backyard. We put also another $92,000 into the home.
What would he say, though, to the answer?
Hold on. So how much total did you put into the home? Is it 92 or more? I'm talking about, hold on, the 22 down plus how much more? And not counting the 22.
So we put down $21,000 for the house, and then we put $92,000 into the house.
Okay, the 92 you put into the house, are you counting your payment?
No.
Oh my God!
Landscaping, concrete, and finishing the basement.
So all in all, you put in 91 plus 21 plus all the payments.
Yes.
Oh my God! And he's not acknowledging any of this?
No.
Well, would he deny it if you went to court? What would he say? Hold on. I want to know the story he's going to tell. This is going to come down to credibility, and we can get you some help. I want to get our real estate attorney on. Hold on.
Alpha One Tax and Wealth is passionate about making certain that you live well in retirement. Whether you're just starting...
Please. Yeah. I want to do David Ellis first. Is Susan there? Is Susan there? When she gets in there, tell her we need to call our real estate attorney. Let's talk about
David Ellis Jewelry. Now, in and of itself, I would say David Ellis is a great place to shop, especially for gifts, you know. And I'll tell you what else. You can sell your old stuff there, and I don't mean like jewelry. I mean pieces of jewelry, tangled messes. He's interested in the precious metals. So if you think you got some estate jewelry and you want to sell it for jewelry, go somewhere else. But if you want to sell precious metals, just hunks of gold and silver, old watches, old coin collections, old bracelets, and mismatched earrings or whatever, give him a shout. 3rd and Clayton, DavidEllisJewelry.com. In addition to buying that stuff, then you may want to shop, but there's no obligation. Here's his number, 303-322-8779. You can always ask your questions, 303-322-8779. 3rd and Clayton, David Ellis Jewelry. You can trust him for precious metals, and he'll make an offer on the spot, 3rd and Clayton.
So check it out. 70% of seniors have not looked into their price of their supplementals for Medicare. 70%. You need to call up the folks at Integra Insurance and just see all the changes in healthcare this year. There's tons of them. And if you're not on Medicare and you're just shopping for health insurance for you and your family, these guys represent Cigna, Denver Health, Oscar, Friday, Bright Health, Anthem. These guys are trustworthy, and they'll get you dependable protection. What I want you to understand out of this messaging right now is if you haven't checked the price of your current health insurance, you need to call Integra. For the first time, a lot of policies have actually gone down on price depending on who you had. These guys will find the best insurance for you and your family. Once again, trustworthy guidance, dependable protection, Integra Insurance. I want you to give them a call at 303-466-5500. And once again, if you're on Medicare and you haven't checked the price of your supplemental insurances, you need to call these guys. There's been a lot of changes. 303-466-5500. The Integra Group, 303-466-5500.
Take this.
Well, Mark, the plot is fucking thickening.
What's happening?
Found a ticket in her purse.
Oh boy, that is fucking crazy.
Apparently,
what was the ticket for?
Dude, I get details like water dripping.
Tremfya is approved for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Emerge Tremfya. Tremfya can help reduce joint symptoms at 24 weeks. Some patients reported less fatigue, as assessed by survey 1 week prior. Individual results may vary.
Tremfya is taken by injection at weeks 0 and 4, and then every 8 weeks, following the 2 starter doses.
So she needs to shut her mouth and maybe
By
consider
prescription
getting her a
only,
lawyer.
serious allergic reactions may occur. Tremfya may
She
increase
talks
the risk
to
of
the police
infections
about
and
whatever
lower your ability to
they come
fight
up
them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms of infection, including fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough. Tell your doctor if you had a vaccine or plan to.
Tremfya. Emerge Tremfya. To learn more, call 1-877-578-3527 or visit Tremfya.com and talk to your doctor about Tremfya. See our ad in Health Magazine.
If you
Man,
are
it's so
contracted
crazy.
COVID-19 or received the vaccine and are suffering from hand or foot numbness,
People are-
tingling, or burning pain, you could be suffering from the neurological
People are a little nutty.
disease.
Let's just say it how it is.
It's helping patients suffering with these symptoms get back to living. Call today for a free consultation and thermal scan. 720-598.
So I was returning some pants to the store, and I slipped and fell into a puddle of water in the pants I was going to be returning.
You had them on or did when you needed it?
Took me a second.
That's Seinfeld.
Oh, okay. You know I'm not being
The very pants. The very pants is returning. What's the other one I really like? So, Rust. Damn, there's another one. Remember Yellowstone, but I've only seen the one. Oh, I'll tell you one I haven't got into yet, but it's about a girls' soccer team.
Yeah, I know, they eat each other.
See, I haven't got that far. I only got to 2.
Yellow Jackets or something?
Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, they do what to each other?
They eat
I'm not getting into that.
That took me a second.
But listen, I didn't watch it.
I watched the first episode, and then the second
You know what pisses me off
begins
more
with
than
the plane
anything?
crash.
Why do they have fucking series on there that end in cliffhangers and they don't make new ones? Why do they have them?
Because they don't get the funding.
There are some of those series that are good enough to be redone. They don't do it. It pisses me off.
Well,
I'm so happy Death.
They eat each other.
I love Succession.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
See,
It's
that fucking
incredible.
son,
I haven't got
he
into
is
that.
such a good actor.
They're all amazing. That show is
Mark,
so good.
You will love Succession.
Oh, it is amazing.
Is there multiple seasons?
And you
Yeah, I
will
think
love
it's
Mark Billions.
Yeah, you love
Yeah, another good one. Another real good one.
Oh my God, Giamatti, you
They're
get
probably
better.
my 2 favorite shows.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713.
Talk 713-8255. Silverleaf Mortgage for your reverse loans. Silverleaf Mortgage, you can find them at 720 reverse. 720 reverse. All right, Tina, Okay, we're trying to come up with some strategies. I want to get our attorney on, our real estate attorney, to get you some legal advice.
Okay.
Yes, Suze?
I told Tina since our show ends here in about 5 minutes, we may have to readdress tomorrow.
Oh, my God, it does end in 5. I forgot about it. Tina, we are not going to forget about you, though. Now, listen, I want to recap this. Now, does he acknowledge any part of this? Does he know? How would he testify? Would he say this? Hey, my parents gave me a gift, and I bought this home and let him live there. Or would he say you didn't put a dime into the house? What would he say, do you think?
He's going to say that we gave it to him as a gift.
The $21,000.
Yes.
And then is he going to say he let you live there? Is he going to acknowledge money you put into it at all?
No, he's already told us that he didn't ask for us to finish the basement, and he didn't ask for the landscaping.
But does he acknowledge? Does he acknowledge that the two of you were supposed to live together?
Yes.
Or the three of you?
Where did the riff come in? Really? I mean,
when did it start? It wasn't there at the very beginning, right?
No. So the first 10 months that him and his wife had lived with us, she didn't like us, so they moved out. They moved out, and then they just moved in back in March. They moved back in, and it's been a pretty rough time since March. And on Saturday, he gave us a paper that said notice to quit and that we are supposed to be out of the house by December 11th.
I would guess you guys don't get along good with his wife.
Oh, no, she's all about money.
Yeah, okay, I see. There's the riff.
Yeah, but we're still going to examine this from a legal aspect. Do you have anything at all, like emails or anything, to memorialize what you guys did?
I have the paper trail from selling our house to going to
what
the
kind of paper trails? Were any conversations with your son?
Oh, nothing with him, and it's all just hearsay.
Do you have
like
any other?
Lender.
Does he have any other siblings?
Yes, his sister.
No, but they'll have proof of.
I just want to know: was your sister in on this?
Oh, my daughter?
Yeah, your daughter. Was she in? What does she think of this? Is she on your side?
Yeah, she's on my side. She thinks her brother's a total jerk, and how can he evict his parents out of a house that we put our money on and then put all this money into it?
And he won't pay you back for that money. I think you guys can put liens on.
He will give us.
Go ahead.
He said he'll give us $21,000, and that is it, because he didn't ask for us to finish the basement, and he didn't ask for all the concrete and landscaping in our backyard.
If you take the $21,000, and don't sign anything, you might be able to put a lien on that house as well for the work downstairs. Oh, yeah, it's probably too late because of the work stoppage, yeah. When was the last work done on that house?
The sealer on the concrete in the backyard?
No, I mean like the major, like the basement.
I want to say like February, well, probably January, right before they moved in.
Well, January of this year? Yeah, still too late. Listen, we got to come up with something. And I don't know if it's enough to cloud title. It might be the fact that you put 21 down, even though he's willing to give it back. I mean, you missed out on appreciation of that house at a great time. I mean, this is really wrong. This guy.
Oh, yeah, because him and his wife just refinanced it in October. And I asked him, why are you doing that? And he says, well, it's my house and I could do what I want. I said, you were supposed to put me on title. So where's this coming from? And I said, and not only that, the value of the house has gone up by $212,000, and you want to give me $21,000 after everything that we've done, and you didn't put one penny into it.
How do you do this to your own parents?
Man, I am sure there's another side to this.
I don't know.
I mean, the financial thing is one, but I'm talking about the riff in the family.
But what difference does it make what the riff is, Mark? What difference would that
make?
Well,
you're saying, how do you do this to your mother?
Oh. You mean like what would motivate him? Possibly something very bad, right?
Yeah.
He has
no compassion whatsoever.
No, and we were a tight family before he got with his wife.
It's all
how long did she hold on? Did she get with him after you bought the house or before?
No. So before we bought the house, she was like,
right,
this is your guys' things.
Hold
I don't
on.
want nothing to do with it.
I have to get ready to cut. Okay, Compass Insurance Group, the Insurance Help Center. Keep your calls coming all day. And then, of course, you can call anytime, 303-996-9000. We'll get her back tomorrow, 303-996-9000. I'm Tom Martino. Don't forget, referralist.com for help, information.
Referrals. And for the latest copy of my magazine, 303consumer.com. I appreciate you. Enjoy the basketball game. We'll be back here tomorrow.
All right.
All right, Talib's going to go track this guy